iHeartRadio Broadway, driven by Mercedes-Benz.
Okay, I'm so excited because I'm here with the fabulous Betsy Wolfe, who I just saw enjoy. The show, is it so corny to say, is a joy?
No, it is a joy. I'm glad you pointed that out.
Yep.
Yeah.
When you first, I have to ask, when you first heard of the project and they said, okay, we want you to do this show, it's about a mop, were you right away saying to yourself, okay, I'm in?
I, like every other person on the planet Earth that has heard of what do you do when a show is about a mop, I was like, how are we going to do this? And honestly, it has been incredible from start to finish because it's about a mop, but it's not about a mop.
Right.
And you know that when you see it.
That's right.
It
because
really surprises people.
I have to say, when I first was like, oh, yeah, I want to see it. I want to see it because of you. And I'm like, okay, but same thing, how are they going to do this? And I walked out of there saying, this is fantastic.
I love that. I wish you could convince the man in my building who was in the elevator with me about a couple months ago. And I was like, he's like, what musical are you working on now? And I said, oh, it's called Joy.
Yeah.
And it's based on the life of Joy Mangano. And he's like, the one who made the mop? He's like, ugh. And I will tell you, that could be the response that everyone gives you because you're like, how are they going to do this?
Okay, so how, if someone is saying what that guy said, what do you say to them to get them in the seats?
Well, he's hopeless. No one in the building likes him. But
he's the grouchy old man.
No one likes him. Let's be honest. There's going to be some people that are going to say this is not my cup of tea. I try and remind them that the story is not about the actual, like, we're not like making the mop on stage. Like, this isn't about the mop, right?
Well, you kind of do it.
Okay, well, don't give away all the secrets. I mean, that's like a little moment in the show. We show how it's made. But the show is about generations of women, basically. And it's about a woman who continually bets on herself time and time again. So it's about a female entrepreneur who decides she loses a little bit of herself when she was a kid, and she finds herself in a situation which we universally all find ourselves in, which is we're not maybe living our best life and we are dreaming of more. And so we watch this woman truly like rise from the ashes and create an incredible life. And so it's hopeful, it's funny, and there are mops along the way. You realize it's not about a mop.
No, but I did get a mop. This is my mop.
We do give away mops at the show. Spoiler!
We do need to talk about this mop because I did get this at the show at one point when you're doing the QVC scene. I think that's what it was, right? They run around and start giving out mops. Not everyone gets one. I was so excited to get this mop. My husband said to me, so when are we going to use this mop? I said, are you crazy?
I'm not opening this up.
Exactly.
This has a picture of Betsy Wolfe on it.
That's what I said. I said, Betsy gave me this mop, and I am not using this mop. He's like, so why did we bring it home? I go, why do you ask these questions?
Why?
Right?
Who is he?
I tell you.
Is he the man in my elevator in my building?
No,
what is happening?
He actually loved the show.
You know what's funny? The first couple shows, I didn't see many hands go up when I go out, spoiler, when I go out into the audience and give away some mops.
Yeah.
Not many hands were up, and then all of a sudden now, I go out in the house, and almost every single person's hand is like reaching out for me to get one of these mops. The word travels fast.
I jumped out of my seat, and then intermission happens, and I go to the bathroom, and I come back, and my mop's not there. So I said to my husband, they took the mops? And he goes, no, they gave us a card. They don't want you to hold the mop throughout the show because maybe you might hit someone in the head with it.
Fair.
I said, that is fair.
Theater can't be dangerous. Theater should be fun, but not dangerous.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, we need to talk about Anne Juliet just for a few seconds because my heart belongs to Anne Juliet. You will always be my Anne Hathaway.
Thank you.
And you should have won the Tony Award, but that's a different story altogether.
Honored to be nominated.
Yes, exactly. Okay.
They can never take that away from me.
They can't. And actually, you are also the one on the Broadway cast recording. And so almost every morning I'm hearing your voice while coming into work.
What do you listen to?
I listen to everything. I listen to everything. I mean, I Want It That Way is one of my favorite songs.
Good.
That song empowers me like every morning saying like, you know what? That's right. I want to do this and I'm going to do this.
I Want It That Way.
Yeah.
I love that. Well, thank you for listening to that.
No, of course.
It still has such a special place in my heart. I mean, I did it for 2.5 years.
Yeah.
And I actually did Joy right before this and had worked on Joy for 3 years. And then I said goodbye to Joy because I said to them, I said, there is this little show called Anne Juliet, and I know in my bones, with every bone in my body, that I have to go do this show because I just knew it was the next step. And I trusted, it was such a moment and trust of knowing if this is meant to be, this is going to come back my way. And sure enough, the show wasn't done cooking. It had a couple iterations it had to go through. And then sure enough, when I left Anne Juliet, it came right back to me. And so I knew it was meant to be. I only do shows that start with a J. So
that's it. That's it.
Yep.
And I feel like now you're starting to just do shows based on real people.
Yeah, maybe based on real people. Obviously, Anne Hathaway was very much based on, Anne Hathaway, the actress, right?
No,
yeah, no, not the actress.
No, not that Anne Hathaway.
Shoot,
that
all
would
my
be
research.
Shakespeare's wife.
Yes. Man, all my research was watching The Princess Diaries.
Wrong thing.
Man, okay.
But let's talk about Joy, and let's talk about the fact that, it's based on Joy Mangano, and I have all of her hangers that I bought at Target.
Same.
Do you?
They're incredible.
And every single thing in my closet is on one of those hangers. You know how much money I've spent on damn hangers?
I'm sure a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did
you and a lot of people.
Did you work closely with her on putting this out there? Did she have a lot to say, a lot of input?
She has been at every single iteration of this project, at every single stage, from the very, very first reading, when not only she showed up to the reading, it was just a table read, but her closest family members, her daughter and her son. I believe her other daughter wasn't there at the time, but to me, it showed this isn't actually just about her. She comes with her family. Her family is integral in everything that she does. And that's why, to me, this story is so powerful, because it's not about the making of a product just for the sake of a product, but a product has an emotional connection to her life, and it solves a bigger problem. Right. And so her family, I was like, well, this is how this is going to go. Yeah. Her family comes with her. And to me, it just really set the tone for what this project was about and how this project should go about. I've been to her house. We've talked. Wow. I asked her so many questions. It's so cool when you have a real life. Did you get free
hangers?
You know what? She gave me free veggie cleaner, which is incredible.
Really?
Do you realize how much crap is on the food before we wash it?
Oh, I don't want to even talk about that.
No, but if you get her eat cleaner, it's
okay.
I now I'm selling her products. Am I Joy? I might be Joy.
You are Joy. So how much of the show is really factual? Because there were certain parts where I would go, I wonder if
this really happen?
And I Googled it after I left the show, and I couldn't find the answer. So I figured when I saw you, I'd ask.
Okay, I would say it honors so much of her story, and I would say the plight of a lot of women entrepreneurs at that time in the 90s. It tried to take we've tried to use a lot of different ideas and concepts and what was going on at the time and what it was like to actually mount a business. But this is what's crazy. The craziest things in our musical are factual.
Really?
Like her showing up in Texas in the middle of nowhere and suing this man. I mean, going to court, not having evidence. I mean,
see, now I thought winning. That might have been what isn't factual.
No, that is 100% factual. No, it's nuts. I don't know if maybe she didn't have as successful of a selling on TV as I did at first. Okay. We maybe comedically draw that out a little bit and make that a little bit more fun. But she very much watched someone else sell it on TV, and then she went on TV and sold the product.
Did she freeze like she does in the show?
That might be like some theatricality coming through. That might be some, but I would say that we have honored what happened. We've made it a little bit more theatrical. Okay. Everything's maybe a little bit more dramatized.
That's lovely.
But I know for a fact though that she loves what it is and is like, yeah, no, that's as nuts as it was.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love it. So in the show, part of it is the fact that she doesn't spend a lot of time with her daughter, and that's one of the reasons she's trying to figure out, okay, I got to change this. I got to make this work. What are we going to do? You have Poppy in your life, your little one. Doing this show and just watching this story, did this make you look at motherhood a little bit differently?
You have to obviously examine any time there's just take out the show, right? I always examine how much work do I do? What is my time with her? and how much am I going to exhaust myself making sure that she takes priority.
Yeah.
And that I can honestly say is the most important thing. Like she takes over for everything. I will be running ragged through the streets if it means that I get to see her, whether or not that's healthy or not, to say. But I make sure that I know ultimately deep down that if I have the time with her that I want, and I get to see her in the way that I know is best for us and our family, my job actually is easier. So I actually am a worse performer. I'm a worse person if I don't actually get that time with her, because to be honest with you, nothing else really matters that much. So what is interesting about this show is because dramaturgically, you need to have conflict for joy. But I will tell you, the one thing that isn't as true is that she wasn't as present as a mom. So in our musical, she's a little bit less present because dramaturgically, I think that obviously works. But I do know for a fact, and Christy will tell you because her daughter is very present in her life. Her daughter works with her every single day. She was such an incredible mom. She was almost doing too much. Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course.
Like she was doing what moms and what I think women do all the time now, which is exhaust themselves, do everything, the bandwidth that they take.
Oh, yeah.
And they do everything. So I think our show is a healthy examination of what is too much, what is good, where's the balance, where do we draw the line? I mean, Joy had her ex-husband living in the basement.
Yeah, that was crazy.
She had a house her mom and dad lived in. They weren't together anymore, but she paid for a house that she let her mother and father live in. Joy was accepted to Harvard Business School, didn't go because her mom asked her not to go. And so really our show is like this story of this woman who finally just says, I have to take control. Yeah. I am missing some soccer games. I'm not able to do it all. What can I do? And so I think that's what's so beautiful. Yeah. And I think you walk away as a woman, I feel empowered when I walk away. I feel like, oh wow, I can tap into what I remembered it was like to be a little kid, have dreams and say, I'm gonna do something.
I love it. Now, Poppy, does she want to be like Mom? Does she
Oh
want to be
my
on the
gosh.
stage and sing and perform? And
let me tell you, I did 2 shows yesterday. I did not have any shows, but I did 2 shows with my daughter.
Okay.
Who insisted on playing Christy. She made a mop the other day.
Oh
she made a mop out of a huge wrapping paper roll, a bunch of yarn. And she made a mop, and she now knows almost all of the Christy lines. So I have no idea if she wants to be, an actor or not, or I don't even care what she wants to do. It's just really, really sweet, though, that there's something about that she taps into and clearly enjoys doing it with me. So whatever she wants to do in life is amazing. But no, we go through full scenes. And then at some point in time, she'll say, Mommy, stop, don't sing. And she will take over the role of Joy. So she plays all the parts. She's going to star in a one-woman show.
That's great.
Yeah, of Anne Juliet, Joy. She's got her one-woman versions. Yeah.
It's amazing. All right, so if someone is thinking of going to see Joy, they watch the production, what is the one thing that you want them to take away with them?
Oh my gosh. Well, I've heard a lot of things at the stage door. It's so crazy. The thing I hear most is what kind of we talked about earlier, which was I did not know what to expect from this, kind of that a little bit of the Debbie the Doubter, too, of what is this about? And I hear people are so moved, and they're, someone was like, I really want to go and invent something, or I'm going to bring my mom back. I'm going to bring my daughter back. Yeah. I heard from two young kids who said, my mom was a single mom. I had no idea what to expect, but I saw this and I actually feel like I understand her a little bit better. I know, cue tears.
That's
cue
amazing.
tears.
That's amazing.
So the range at which the show can affect you, I think this show makes you remember your younger self.
Yeah. And
there's a part of every single one of us that has become dusty along the way. And I think that what the show does is it allows for joy to fill your heart and find a little piece of your younger self again to say, what's possible? Yeah. And I think that that's really exciting.
And go see it. That's all we can say.
Yeah, come see it. Get a mop.
Yes,
Or not.
maybe not.
Sit in the right seats.
That's right.
I don't know what to tell you.
It's Betsy Wolfe. It's Joy on. You know
It's
what?
off Broadway.
It's off Broadway.
All the cool kids are off Broadway now.
That's true. And I did want to tell you one thing about the
Yeah.
theater. I love the fact that the theater is smaller because I felt like it was an intimate experience.
Oh, it's so intimate.
And there's that part where the family is kind of over to the left. I think that might be when you're giving out the mops.
Yep.
I just was like, this is so cute. I feel like I'm like actually just sitting here with them, talking to them and stuff. It was
It's
a great
a perfect
feeling.
space. No, it's a perfect space
Yeah.
to tell the story. You really feel like you're like with this family
You
on their
do.
journey.
I love it. All right,
Yeah.
Joy, off Broadway, Betsy
Come.
Wolfe. Thank you.
iHeartRadio Broadway, driven by Mercedes-Benz.